Hey guys, Dave here. Welcome to Centurion's Review. I want to talk about a little online bookstore I created for the website just to raise money for the YouTube channel and for the website. So let's go through here. This is on bookshop.org/shop/Centurion's Review. The categories I have are game books, miniature wargaming rule books, wargaming, role-playing games, and board games. There's not too many board games yet. The distributor doesn't have that many, but as they get more, I'll add them. Same goes with the other categories. As a distributor gets more stuff in that categories, I'll add more of those. So let's take a look through the game books first. There's quite a few game books in here you've probably never seen. Of course, you have the Endless Quest ones from D&D. Here's a Deadpool game book. Here's Echoes in the Stream of Time. This one I read, it was alright. Slay the Blood Witches. The writing was really good on that one, just kind of short. And then here we have Fook Island. That's a short game book. That was alright. And Heroes of Erwin here. This is a good one. Here's another good one, Cages of Fear. I did a review of this one. This one I really like. Brutal Moon I have sitting on my desk right now. I'll be reading that soon. What else do we have here? Eye of the Dragon I've read from Dave Morris. That's a good one. Fabled Lands, I got all of them here. That's a very popular game book series. Crypt of the Vampire from Dave Morris. That was good. This one I'm reading right now, The Battle Pits Karath from Dave Morris and Oliver Johnson. And here is Down Among the Dead Men from Dave Morris. This is one of his best ones. Castle Lost Souls from him, that's good too. More Fabled Lands books. Heart of Ice, that was alright. And is that everything? Yeah, that's everything for the game books. So let's go to one of the other categories. Alright, let's go to miniature wargaming rule books. These are kind of interesting. Here's some American Civil War rules with hot lead and cold steel from Osprey. Here's a bunch of Donald Featherstone books. And we got Pulp Skirmish. I believe at Little Wars I played a game using the Pulp Skirmish rules. It was pretty good. And here's the Pikeman's Lamont Pike and Shot Wargaming rules. And there's even some old WRG books here that were reprinted. There's Wars of the Republic. That's something right up my alley. And here's DBA 2.2. You're probably surprised to see this if you know me, because I actually don't like the DBA rule set or the DBM rule set. But however, I've included it here because it has such a strong following. Here's some Wild West rules. Lion Rampart, Medieval Wargaming. I have to read through that one. That's another one sitting on my desk. Rogue Stars, a science fiction game. Rebels and Traitors. I believe that one's about the Revolutionary War. Alright, Black Ops, tactical espionage wargaming. And down here, what do we have? Oh, here's Fletcher Pratt's Naval Wargame. It's been reprinted. That's the one where in the late 1970s, early 1980s, people would put down these huge ships. I forget what the scale was, but they're like 10 inches long. And basically, they used their entire basement as the sea. And you'd move the ships around, and when you wanted to fire, you would guess the distance in inches to the ship you're firing in. And if you guessed correctly, then you would hit. It was a really cool game, and it was very simple too, but fun. I got this one here, The Men Who Would Be Kings. Go look at one of the other categories. Alright, so let's go to wargaming in general. Here's a book about Duke Siegfried and the development of American miniatures. He was at basically every Little Wars I had ever been to until he passed away. He used to bring these huge games, and they were so big, oftentimes he'd need several helpers to help him run it in addition to the players and stuff, but he always brought great games. Here's Peter Piera's The Art of Wargaming. And down here we got the Solo Wargaming Guide. And of course a book about painting wargaming figures. Alright. Let's go to one of the big categories now, role-playing games. Here, as you can imagine, there's tons of D&D books, so I'll kind of gloss over those since you're familiar with them and just point out some of the lesser-known RPGs I have here. My hope with this bookstore is I introduce people to a lot of lesser-known books and stuff that they wouldn't normally see at their game shop or at a bookstore. All right, Volo's Guide to Monsters. That one I will mention. That's a really good one. Even got the cards and stuff here. Xanathar's Guide to Everything. First time I read that, I got it from the library. There's a standard monster manual and dungeon master guide and player handbook. Legend Life of Melee role-playing game. Monolith science fiction adventure role-playing. Bunnies and Burrows fantasy role-playing game. Strange Things Afoot, the role-playing game. And this one here, Adventure Perilous role-playing game. It's got bitmap artwork, so I assume it's either video game themed or video game inspired or something. Anarchy, the role-playing game, only $9.99. Here's the Book of Random Tables Fantasy Role-Playing Game Aids. That's only $9.99 too. And here we have Tortured Earth. That looks cool, the role-playing game. And here we have Marvel Multiverse, the role-playing game core rulebook. Yeah, like I said, as the distributor gets more stuff that's related to the hobby, I'll be adding more here. I'll also put a link to the bookstore in the description for this video. Thanks for watching and have a good one.